Hey everyone, this is Sam and welcome to my Assassin's Creed Valhalla player build tutorials. Today I'm going to show you guys what I call the Hybrid Raven Assassin build, and as you can see it is very unique because it's got a spear in one hand and a dagger in the other, and the animations are flawless. Also, it's got very strong defensive capabilities in missile reversals and dodges. And the unique thing about the dodges is every time you dodge, because of your gear setup, you become stronger and faster. And you will also be maximizing all of your skills to have incredible predictable shots so you can take down any bosses on any level. Even if you're 50 levels lower, the bow setup that I've got for you that you'll see later is devastating alongside with the dual weapons. So if you enjoyed today's tutorial and you would like to see more Valhalla build tutorials, you can click on the card above or the playlist in the description below for my all Valhalla tutorials playlist. So as always, the gameplay you see will be done on a very hard and also a master assassin. And to complete this build, the minimum power level you would need is 111. So you're gonna need 111 skill points to do this. Now the gears are very important. You must have the spear, the third spear, also Raven Clan, and because it's gonna increase your speed when you're dodging and give it heavy damage runes. And if you're offhand, you're gonna use a dagger, Raven Clan dagger, the CX, and this one is also going to further complement your dodging because it increases melee damage after a dodge. So now you have crazy dodge synergy. And then for the bow, make sure you get the recurve bow, which is going to increase your attack when you're at full health. This is important because if you're dodging a lot, you're going to keep your health. So that's going to go very well with your spear and dagger. And for the rest of your set, just go with the Raven Clan armor, which is going to give you increased armor to lower your health as an additional increase to critical chance. Now the abilities you're going to need, the absolute key one is Poison Strike for AoE control. And then you're also going to need Blinding Rush so you can make the most out of the grit skill. And lastly, make sure you get the focus of the Nornia, which is going to be your boss killer, and it's going to require your Predator Bow. So specifically, you're going to do the skill points exactly like this, and I'll go over it in detail here. So you're going to start off going to the Raven branch and get the backstab, and then you're going to get across and get the brush with death. And then you're going to get across and get the Predator Bow combo, which is absolutely huge for this build. You must get this because consecutive headshots on bosses are going to deal huge damage with the Predator Bow. And then you're also going to get counter roll, which is also more of a reserve skill for boss fights. But getting those two are important because from those 2 points, you're going to branch upwards into the warrior branch and get the adrenaline upgrade you see on the right. And then also the heavy weapon dual swap you see on the left. While you're at it, also make sure you get the Miyasama, which is going to give you AoE off poison kills. And then continuing on, make sure you get the adrenaline upgrade, and you're not going to need the skill assassin's catch up on the blocking because you're dodging, you're not blocking, so you don't need to pick that up. Pick up chain assassination because you kind of have to as you go downwards. Also pick up auto loot as you're moving downwards onto the wolf branch. Make sure you pick up missile reversal because you're dual daggering, you're going to use that to counter missiles, you don't have a shield. After that, you're going to branch out to the right, to the blue side, so you can pick up the wolf branch adrenaline upgrade and also grit. So those are the 2 points you need from the blue. And then you can see here this downward path on the skills. Make sure you do this. Don't pick up any of the abilities, but do this because you're going to pick up all of the way of the Raven nodes. If you follow the skill chart exactly the way I did it here, you actually pick up every single one of these on the yellow side. So that's important. Alright, so with this done, let's take a look at how to use this build in game in detail. So when you're using the Hybrid Raven Assassin, majority of fights you want to start with first poisoning your weapon with the poison ability. And all enemies you see here are 50 levels higher than me. So once you start the fight with the spear, you can actually poison multiple enemies in a group. Now you want to dodge and then attack because dodging buffs your melee damage and increases your speed. That's really important. And also because you have Brush with Death, as you dodge, it's also going to slow down the enemy. And if the distance is just right, make sure you hold L1 down. You're going to get this unique dagger offhand animation. That's a killer. And it ends with a dodge back. And then from that, if you dodge again, you're going to increase speed and damage and get the Brush with Death slow down. And then because of all the heavy damage buff you have, you're going to aim to do heavy damage attacks after you dodge. Especially if you get a slow down dodge. You rinse and repeat this kind of approach and fighting style. Even if the enemies are 50 levels or 60, 70 levels higher than you, they can't do nothing against you. And if you dodge away and you're in good distance, hold down the L1, get this offhand dagger melee attack, and then go back to the spear. unstoppable when combined with poison. So you can see here, I'm taking down an entire castle on my own while I'm 50 levels lower. Start off with the heavy attack because I have full stamina anyways. Use the light attack to gain my stamina back. When I get into a good distance, hold down L1, use my unique dagger stamina attack. It costs a lot of stamina, but I can let go of it whenever I want, and then I'll step out of it. And when you face higher level bosses such as these, or mini bosses, go into your Predator Bow, and then use the focus on the Narnia. And if you do that, chase for headshots. This is because consecutive headshots get increased damage, as you can see there. I went from 135 to 160 to 164, and I finished them off when I still have enough ability stamina left. Also, missile reversal is huge because we don't have a shield, right? So if you see missiles come at you like that, tap L1 at the almost the last second. You see right there, tap L1, and then you throw it right back. Insane damage. And combined to all of this, that's the craziest thing about this build. You're actually insane in boss fights with this. So against a crowd, you can see how much damage I was doing. In a boss fight, it's also incredibly useful because of the Predator Bow. You can use that to specifically aim at bosses' weak spot since it's slowed down within the focus on Narnia, and you're zoomed in with the Predator Bow. So it's going to be very easy to find the weak spots and shoot them in slow-mo and zoomed in, as you can see me do there. And you can see the consecutive headshots do a lot of damage. And make sure you hit their weak points so it also further lowers their defense. I went from 82 damage to 112 because they were consecutive headshots. And because of grit, as you can see, I'm hit here. But with grit, I can hit right back and gain all my health back. So this is crazy synergy with spear because it's got good range. So if I get hit, I can hit them right back with the spear, gain all my health back, and then go back to my dodging. And that's probably the best part of this build because the dodging is so efficient. You get speed buff, you get damage buff, and if you dodge good timing, you also get slowdown. So after that, you're going to actually get a lot of adrenaline back because of that dodge spear fighting style, and also with your dagger L1. You're essentially going to use all your adrenaline points for focus on the Narnia. You can see here, back-to-back headshots is just insane damage. In a boss setting, you can't beat this. And that's also why you want a Predator Bow for the Way of the Raven buff and also the zoom in. By the end, you're going to be dodging, you're going to be hitting, and you can see I've lowered his defense so much. Now a heavy attack is 101, and my heavy attacks are super buffed. And from there on, I'm just going to chase the headshots. We go to 80. To 81, and then you can see another back-to-back consecutive headshots. There's another 81 right there. This time I got him right in the head. That was a 112. So now he's just a sitting duck, right? I'm dodging everything, I'm hitting him hard, and then I'm gonna lower his defense, get up to him and give him the stunt attack, rinse and repeat, and there's just nothing they can do. Even if this salad here is actually 50 levels higher than me. Like, they were 160, I was only like 111 here. Having your build done this way is likely unstoppable in this game. This is currently at this moment the best build I have ever used. It's just so versatile, so strong, and just it can't be touched. And when it is touched, because of grit, you get your health back with the spear. Alright, so here is just the skill chart in detail, so you can see exactly how I do it, so you don't want to miss the notes. Every single note has to be done like this if you are at power 111. Anything more, like I always say, it's gravy because you're just going to become stronger. But if you're exactly at power 111, or if you're going up to power 111, this is exactly how you want to build it. Notice where I don't use skill points and where I put in the gaps and where I do get the skill. Focus on taking the path exactly like this. And as always, thanks for coming by, and I'll speak to you guys again very soon.